doing that job and doing it at a high level. Trusting the guy next to you to do his job.
Welcome into 5 on Your Sideline. I am Corey Miller, and it is getting serious, folks. It's district quarterfinal tonight around St. Louis. Actually, it's semifinal night, and some of the best programs in town are going head-to-head. We have a great set of highlights on deck, as well as other scores from around the area. So let's get right to it. Perhaps the best matchup of the night. One-loss SLU at undefeated Lafayette. Lancers scored 28 in the first half. SLU would make a rally. The Mizzou commit Keenan Harris through the line. He's gone. Touchdown, Junior Bills. Later on, Lafayette has some weapons of their own. Terrence Bills is one of them. He just is going to refuse to go down right there, no matter how hard they try. Nice gain there for Lafayette. Back to the Bills. Kyron Ellaby in the air to the end zone. Zach Allen's there for the great catch and score. However, the home team stood strong. Lafayette holds off the SLU comeback to stay undefeated and win 28-25. Northwest Cedar Hill at Seckman in a big Jeffco battle. Big time hit to start things from Seckman. Ooh, yeah, I felt that one. Next up, some trickery from Northwest. But hold on, Seckman's going to be ready for this one. Big time interception for the Jaguars on the trick play from the Lions. We got a big cat battle. But Northwest is having a magical season, and it would continue. Cohen Stark to Omarion Frazier. Huge gain down the sideline as the away fans who made the trip, they went nuts. As he's done so many times this year. Stark gonna make some magic himself. Just look at this play he'd score on as he runs all over the field and all the way into the end zone. The Lions of Northwest Cedar Hill win 14-7 to advance to the district championship game. 9-1 U City on the road at 9-1 Orchard Farm. Two great stories. Somebody's got to win. Orchard Farm defense standing firm first. They're all over the Lions running back in the backfield. Orchard Farm would find the end zone plenty of times tonight. Here's a short crash in from Colin Sinclair for the score. They're going wild on the farm. They'd keep going wild too. Watch the Eagles' Patrick Stiefel jump in front of that pass and almost run it back for the pick six. He's going to get tackled just a little bit short. No problem though. Sinclair going to take it in for another short rushing score. Orchard Farm ends a great season from U City with a 43-12 victory to advance to their district championship. The perennial playoff rivalry matchup, DeSmet at CBC. Spartans trying to avenge an early season loss to the Cadets. And we had both teams dishing out the hits in this one. Oh my goodness, there's one. And here's another, that one for DeSmet. Yeah, this game means a little more. A little harder to tackle this guy. CBC quarterback Nick McClellan may look like he's down, but he's almost impossible to stop. Crazy run there, big time gain. Cadets would add to their lead on this nice run from Courtney Rivers. That would make it 31-7 CBC. DeSmet had some big plays tonight as well, though. Gabe Rodriguez airing this one out to Wyatt Stoltz for a very long touchdown pass for the Spartans. How about that play? It wouldn't be enough, though. CBC may be the best team in the entire state. They advance to the district title game with a 55-36 win. St. Mary's always has one of the best entrances in town. They were fired up to host Jennings tonight. First up, Kingston Miles sneaks through the line, goes into the end zone. That's a Dragons touchdown. St. Mary's driving again. Watch this play closely, though, because it's going to end with a Jeremy Ingram. Big hit for Jennings. That breaks up a touchdown. The Dragons would get plenty of redemption, though. Riley Smith going to air this one out way down the field. Caleb Harris is there to corral for the score. St. Mary's rolls to the district championship game, 40-24 over Jennings. Rivalry playoff matchup, Rockwood Summit at Eureka. You got to love these. Wildcats driving. Look at this nice stiff arm to the face. Boom, right there from Eureka. Nice game for Brandon Webb. Later on, they'd call his number again. He'd pound it in for the Wildcat score. Eureka defense put the pressure on tonight. Special teams as well. They force that missed field goal, and Eureka wins 21-3 over Summit. Ladue on the road at Hazelwood East in a Class 5 district semifinal, and this game was pretty insane. Good Ladue defense kicks things off. A host of Rams on the big tackle there. The first half belonged to Hazelwood East. Terrence Little going to shoot through the line and go all the way into the end zone. Spartans go on top 7-0. Wild defensive play up next. Anthony Williams Jr. is going to literally jump up and jump this route. He's gone the other way for a Hazelwood East pick six. But folks, the first half is just the first part of the story. Ladue was down 19-0 and came back to win 21-19. My goodness, what a comeback victory for the Rams as they move on to the district championship game. There's some other scores from around the area. North Point and Parkway West. Parkway West moving on. Waterloo, nice playoff run, comes up a bit short against Rochester. Kirkwood's moving on. Zumwalt North is moving on. And Troy Buchanan beat St. Dominic.
Tackle Hunger 4, sponsored by Neighbors Credit Union, your neighbor for life.
Well, we got the final tally back for Tackle Hunger this week, and we wanted to bring it to you. Just short of 45,000 pounds of food collected for the season, over 14,000 people fed, and Orchard Farm on top as this year's top school in the Tackle Hunger battle. Another big thank you to everybody who contributed this season. Tomorrow is another big day of playoff football around the area, especially over in Illinois. Here's a look at the games on the schedule for Saturday. Part of the action, the Dupo Tigers. It's the first time they played in the second week of the playoffs since 1994. With their win over Salt Fork in round 1, Dupo erased 31 years of playoff utility. The 9-1 Tigers are the real deal in Class 1A this season. They'll travel to Carrollton this week, trying to make it 2 playoff wins in a row. While they're aiming for a state title, the Tigers are soaking up every moment along the way.
It's a big deal right now. You know, some of the things we're accomplishing, it's not been done in 30 years. So, I mean, some of these things are dates that are older than me.
Really worked real hard for this, all of us in general. And we just wanted to keep our name remembered.
It's going to be something to tell our kids. It's going to be something to remember. It's just something to be proud of.